everyone, welcome to the very first episode of my new series. It's going to be a yin session for each of our chakras. We're just going to need one block for this. If you want, you can grab a blanket too if you like to lift your heels during your yogic squat. So we'll just join together seated in the center of our mats, eyes closed, sitting tall. You can roll your shoulders back. Our root chakra is located at the base of the spine, and it is the portal or entryway for energy coming into our body. If this chakra is blocked, then all of our chakras are blocked. The energy cannot make its way through our body properly, and that can manifest itself in a lot of ways. Signs of an underactive root chakra include feeling disconnected from your body, feeling fearful or anxious, unable to settle, poor focus, financial difficulties, disorganization. An overactive root chakra is also possible, and that can lead to overeating or obesity, feeling sluggish, a fear of change, addiction to security, material fixation, and rigid boundaries. A balanced root chakra will look like good health and vitality. You're grounded, you're comfortable in your body, you have a feeling of safety, you're able to relax, and you're stable. So for each pose, I'm going to give you an affirmation, and the point of the affirmation is not to convince yourself of something you don't believe, but rather to see what it's like to think about these things. Do you believe this for yourself to be true? And if so, great. And if not, let's try to figure out why not. And it can be a really good means for some shadow work. So we're going to kick things off in our yogic squat. So just using your hands to lift your body up and come onto your toes, then onto your feet. And any way that's comfortable for you. You can kind of mess with the width of your hips and your feet. Try to root through your big toe mound and your heel, and we'll have our hands together in a prayer position, and your elbows can press into the knees to get a little bit of a deeper stretch if you like. Our affirmation for this pose is, I am rooted in this present moment. I am rooted in this present moment. Alrighty, great job everyone. You can release your hands and push through your feet. Face your toes towards the long edge of the mat. Let your knees have a slight bend in them, and we'll hang our heads over, hinging from the hips. You can grab onto your elbows and just let yourself dangle. You can nod your head yes, shake it no, really loosen up here. Our affirmation for this pose is, I am open to possibilities. I am open to possibilities. As you feel ready, you can release your hands and come to a seated position facing the short edge of your mat. You can widen your legs a little bit, and we're going to come into our caterpillars. So I just am placing my block on my upper thighs and then bending over and allowing my forehead to find the block. We're not using force or strength to get deeper. We're starting just a little bit before our edge, and we're just gonna let gravity push us down as we go. Our affirmation for this pose is I am safe. I am safe. Okay, it's time for us to come on up, sit tall, scoot forward in your mat a little bit, and we'll come to lay on our backs. Grab your block. We're going to lift our hips up to the sky, pressing through the feet, and we'll place our block under our hips, a little bit above your butt. And we'll go ahead, our palms will face towards the sky, falling out to the sides. And our affirmation here is I have everything I need. I have everything I need. Alrighty. Go ahead and push into your feet. Lift the hips up a little bit. Grab your block out of the way. And we'll release our hips down to the ground. And then we'll lift our knees up. Lift the hips up. And I'm just bringing my knees down towards my head and rolling up into a little ball here for a second. It feels really nice to release that lower back. And then releasing the legs, taking some windshield wipers. And we're going to go ahead and do a little figure 4 with our right leg over the left. And we're just going to take a moment to massage our toes and our feet. And our affirmation here is, I thank my right foot for all it has done for me. I thank my right foot for all it has done for me. It might sound a little bit silly, but your right foot has been here with you since you were born. Its entire existence is dedicated to you. So I think it deserves some thanks. We're going to go ahead and put down our right foot, take some windshield wipers again, and we'll do the same with our left foot. And our affirmation here will be, I am grateful for all my left foot has done for me. I am grateful for all my left foot has done for me. You can go ahead and release your foot. We'll come up to a sitting and we'll come on up to our feet. And we will sit up on our toes and let our knees come down to the floor. So the toes are tucked underneath and we're sitting on our heels. Take a deep, deep breath here. And our affirmation for this pose, which will be quick, is, I thank my feet for all the adventures they have taken me on. I thank my feet for all the adventures they have taken me on. We'll go ahead and come forward to hands and knees position. And now we're going to sit back onto our heels and lean back onto our forearms for an ankle stretch. Our affirmation here is, I fully love and trust my body. I fully love and trust my body. We're going to push ourselves on up to center again. And now we are going to get into our deer pose. Our right leg will be in front. So the right shin is parallel with the short edge of the mat, and the left shin is parallel with the long edge of the mat. And we're in a sort of windmill kind of shape with our legs. If you want, you can lean forward over that front leg. Our affirmation for this pose is, with every breath I take, I release fear and anxiety. With every breath I take, I release fear and anxiety. Okay, everyone, great job. go ahead and press into your hands to come up to center. We will grab our back leg and swing it around. We'll stack the knees and take a quick shoelace pose. Just turn to each side before we go ahead, and now we'll bring our left leg to be parallel with the top edge of the mat, and the right leg will be parallel with the long edge of the mat. We'll sit tall, try to ground both of our hips, and fold over our leg if we folded over for the last pose. Our affirmation for this pose is, I know I can always rely on my breath. I know that I can always rely on my breath. it's about time to gently press your hands into the earth and lift yourself up. Sit tall here, and I'm just gonna lean back a little bit to stretch my hips, and then I'm gonna bend in that back leg to lift the knee up into a sort of squatting position, a seated squat. And then I'm pulling both my legs around to face the front of the mat. The soles of my feet are coming together, and we're going to take a Baddha Konasana. If you want, you can grab your block and place it on top of your feet and have your head droop over and hit the block. I'm going to start up here and then move the block as I come deeper into the pose with time. Our affirmation for this pose is I trust myself. I trust myself. We've reached the end of this pose, so we're just going to lift ourselves up to a seated position and then let ourselves fall back into a laying down position. And we will bend in our knees and grab onto our feet and come into our happy baby pose. Our affirmation here is I am comfortable with taking up space in this world. I am comfortable with taking up space in this world. As we feel ready, we'll release and straighten out our legs. Let our hands fall to either side with our palms facing up in our receiving mode. And we're just going to settle into our Shavasana. We take Shavasana to reflect on our practice and allow our poses to integrate. We're not going to have an affirmation for our Shavasana today, so just rest. Very slowly and gently, we'll roll over to the side, whichever feels most intuitive to you, and we'll take a quick fetal. We take fetal to take in all of the effects from our Shavasana. When you're ready, we'll bring our hands a little bit closer to us, press into the ground, and come to a seated position in the center of our mats. You can keep your eyes closed, and we're just going to take a couple deep breaths here before we end our practice. Bring your hands together in front of your heart space. We will take one last deep inhale, and as we exhale, we will bow down to seal our practice today. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed, please take some time to leave a like, give me some feedback, and subscribe to stay updated for all future content and classes. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for watching.